Hello, everyone. This is Azaralis. We're back with another isometric action RPG. This is Path of Exile. I'm sure a lot more of you have heard of this than have heard of Grim Dawn, but this is one of those games that it gives you absolutely everything you could want from one of these games. Uh, me personally, I think I would like more varied class types. That would be really cool. But the selection that they have is more than adequate. So I wanted to go ahead and show you guys this as well and give you, unlike the other videos that I was doing with Grim Dawn, what I want to do is show you a fairly high level character. Uh, that's relative, by the way. This is not like, I'm not like some super Path of Exile player. As you can see, the highest level characters I have are really just level 50s. And that's because I was playing before a lot of the new content became a bit available. Excuse me. Um, in fact, some of these I doubt will even have their points set. Oh, it looks like I have most of the points set on this one. This character right here. Uh, what I wanted to do, the reason I wanted to do this was because I wanted to highlight this. This is the skill tree uh, to a degree. It's like, I guess it's more of a passive tree. Yeah, that's a better way to put it. This is a passive tree. Uh, it almost it almost harkens back to like Final Fantasy VIII, I believe it was, with their bubble tree. This is absolutely one of the biggest draws for me to Path of Exile. And you might be looking at this and you might think to yourself, "That's insane. This is ridiculous. What is all this? This is way too complex." I'm gonna go ahead and just give you the best advice you can have for playing Path of Exile. Just go in, expect that you're gonna play a lot of different characters. You're not just gonna take one character and just max them out to the max, because there's a whole other part of this that happens with the skills that is going to you're going to miss out on, because I don't want to go into the skills quite yet. The passives, as you can see here, when you come into this game and you start playing, just go ahead and just start picking things you that make sense to you. So like this character's a minion, kind of like a necromancer almost. This is a witch class, and she summons stuff. That's what she's focused on, is summoning stuff. So obviously I came in, I worked my way over. I'm getting minion damage and life, minion attack speed, minion, and I'm working along my way. Here's some more minion stuff that I'm grabbing. I came over here and I grabbed minion resistances. I came over here. I was picking up things for myself, like these ones over here, because you can't totally ignore yourself in this game. But I'm working my way around looking for things that have minion in them and pumping my points into that. Uh, and when you start thinking of it in like a macro way, it becomes much easier, and it becomes much less daunting of a task, because it's just like you're going around and you're going, okay, you know, uh, have I been getting interrupted while casting? Not really. I'm a summoner. I'm just summoning stuff, and it's fighting. So I didn't really need to go into these right away. I'm not saying that I won't ever have to go into these, but you can see the thought process that I was going through as I was building this character. Once again, I'm going to say, it's not, I'm not like some super Path of Exile player. I'm just a regular dude who loves these kinds of games. Loves looter shooters. I love looter, hack and slash. I love getting cool items and stuff off the ground, all that kind of jazz. So the second thing up is the skill system in Path of Exile is based off of these gems, as you can see here. Uh, I have you equip them into your weapons, armor, all sorts of things like that. They are color coded, so you can only have gems uh, in your gear that correspond to uh, the color of the slot. So the other thing about this is that some of these are linked. So you see these three here are all linked together by these links. That means that every single one of these is affecting every other one. So here's this chance to poison support, right? So that means that whatever's linked to this skill is going to have a chance to poison enemies and deal damage. So I've got it linked up to my Raised Spectre and my Firestorm. So I'm not in. Let me go outside, or not quite yet. I want to go ahead and show you this first, as this pertains to skills. This is the gotcha game kind of part of this game, is that you're going to be given some skill gems as rewards for like questing and things like that, and a lot of them are going to come from just random drops. That's why I said make sure that you're not like just full bore going into a single character, because it's much easier to get a huge variety of these skills if you're playing through multiple characters and you're rolling the dice more often. You obviously can. You could totally focus into one. It's just, in my opinion, it's going to take longer for you to get some of uh, the more, what's the word? Esoteric? That's not the word I want. Some of the more rare stuff. Uh, Weird things, traps like this, advanced trap supports. You're not going to get these as prevalently while you're playing through on a single character. So just play a whole bunch of characters. Because it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and there is so many nuances to the way that you can play this game because of this crazy power system, that the replayability of this game is huge. It's absolutely huge. And this is coming from the perspective of a guy who actually plays almost no multiplayer on this game at all. I played in a group like twice, maybe 3 times, with a couple of my friends. So keep that in mind. You don't have to have a group of people to play this game. Although it is kind of fun. And it's really, really neat if you do have a group of people to go ahead and build specifically towards that goal. Like coming up with a character that has lots of beneficial auras for everyone on your team, or, those kind of things. It's really kind of neat. So right down here, you can see that I went up this way because it's all minion stuff, you know, uh, which works perfectly. That's the thing that I was going after on this character, which I will show you uh, how ridiculous this witch's summonings are. But see, I could have gone this direction and gone fully into spells. Spell damage, casting speed, casting speed. So there's 2 different types of combat I could have gone down just right there, just open and available for me. Well, even beyond that, when you start scrolling out and you start looking over at other sections, as you see, I'm coming over here. If I was to have came up here and got some spell damage and all that kind of jazz, and then I started working my way over towards this side, you see a strength there, more intelligence, there's some dexterity, and I'm starting to get into things that you would not necessarily think that a caster class would be doing. I'm running over here, here's more minion stuff, but everything is still available to you. Like, this is a tree for a totally different class. And you can work your way over here. So if I wanted to build, like, I don't know why you would, but if I wanted to go and work my way all the way over to build into being a melee damager with a witch, I could do that. Is that something you'd want to do? I don't know. And that's the beauty of Path of Exile, is that everything can be mixed in between, depending on how much you want to spend to get there and how beneficial that's going to be for you once you get there. So if I wanted to go into, like, say, projectiles, I think, no, that's attack speed. Is this projectiles? Yeah, see, I could come down here. I could have worked my way over here, done all of, or where am I? Where am I? Where am I? I could have worked my way around here, gotten minions, gotten some extra stuff, and worked my way down into projectile weapons, and started using a bow. It's wild. It really is wild just how crazy you can go with this game. And once you unlock the Scion, you get even more of that. So just keep that in mind. Just play the game. Don't worry about how the super high end in depth theory crafting, because it's gonna come to you after you've gone through a few different classes. You're gonna know that there's things out there that you want, and that's part of the real exploration of this game. There's the in-game exploration. There's also the exploration of potential, and that I think is a fantastic little piece of the puzzle here for this game. What a wonderful gameplay mechanic. So let's just go out here real quick. I'm just going to go out and go somewhere that, Oriath Square, sure. I'll come out here because I just want to show you how insane this is. Whoa, okay. So I've got a Spectre. This is my Spectre. It's raised. If you remember from when we were looking at the skills, you can see that this guy has a 40% chance to poison on hit down there all the way at the bottom of the tooltip. That was from that support skill. And then he's got a bunch of other stuff going on because I'm focused into being a summoner. So I also have a Chaos Golem. And what else do I have? Is that it? Oh, I need to do this, which gives a buff to me and all of the people on my team. This is Discipline. Cast Nora to grant additional energy shield, which is the white bar you see over here. It's giving me more energy shield, which is damage will be done to your energy shield before it's done to your life. And it does something with crit. I think energy shield can't be crit. Don't quote me on that. It's been a little while. So let's go out here. Let's kill some stuff. I also summon these crazy little flaming skulls that all have the same kind of buffs as my minions do. It's my main casting damage is these little flaming skulls. So now that I've killed some people, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to raise all of the...
I need more mana.
Is that 5? Is that all I get? Nope, 6. 6. Looks like 6 is the max. Yep. So I can have 6 zombies. So I now have 6 zombies on the screen. I have a Chaos Golem and a... What do they call them? A Spectre. Well, this character actually does even more than that. I also have this, which shoots holy energy or something like that, or fire, I don't know. So I can put this right over here next to my guys, and it'll sit here and burn people. This is all going to be super easy because I'm in a zone I've already cleared. But I'm going to pump up until I get this Val, and I'm going to show you where the potential comes from in this build. Obviously, it's powerful because I'm summoning just a ton of stuff. But I also... There, it's unlocked. I'm going to try to gather up a group. Here we go. And then we're going to do the Val summon. Oh, nope. We killed everything. Never mind. We'll just kill these dudes. I'm going to try to find a decent group to use the Val summon on. Val is a special, so we'll grab these guys and then we'll unlock this box. Okay. Now we're going to drop the Val summon and summon a whole bunch more. So all of what's going on here is happening because of just this character. Huge amounts of summons. You can see the huge amounts that are going on up in the upper left. That's what this is all about. Yeah, so this is definitely that old school uh, Diablo 2 Necromancer kind of feel here from this build.
Too much clutter.
Because you are pulling out some really crazy stuff with it. So that's, I don't really have to show you too much more. Obviously, if you wanted to see more of this character, you could definitely let me know, and I'll play some more with her. But this is a straightforward, totally focused summoning character. The only actual bit of regular damage that I deal is from the flaming skulls that you see there, because they also get benefits from minions, and that's why I use them. So let's go back to the Overseer's Tower, and then we're going to go to character selection. Let's go to some other character. What's another neat one that I have? Devereaux. Devereaux, I believe, is a full-blown meleeer. He probably doesn't have his powers set. Yeah, he doesn't. Oh, no, he does. He has some of them. He's still got another 21. But this dude is all about melee damage. So what I've done here, this is the duelist character. Obviously, he's not ready to go. He needs more strength and needs more dexterity so that he can actually access all of the gems that he has. Hence why everything's red here. This happens a lot because this game is constantly being updated. Things are constantly being changed, altered, and they give you respecs like this when they make large changes. So they'll give you refunds for your passives all at once. So I don't pay for respecs or anything like that with this character. I only do this. Let's try to get so that I can go show him to you. He needs 2 more strength and 37 more dexterity. So I'm just going to try to get some strength. I don't really remember where I was going with this. So I was going after bleeding damage. Okay. I don't really want to waste a... I don't think he holds a shield. Does he? Am I using a shield? No, I wouldn't be using a shield on this character. Just swords. So I was going after bleeding damage. Yeah, and just flat out attack. So dual wield attacks. Okay, all right. So I need more dexterity. So we're going to go ahead and what's down here? Maces? No. We're using swords on this character. What do we got up here? That looks good. So we'll take that. We still need 27 more dexterity because we just got another 10. Is there anywhere where I can get a larger chunk of dexterity? What's this? Oh yeah, this is two-handed melee. I don't want that. At least on this character. Two-handed's pretty sweet. That's bows. I do like this life leeching stuff, so I'm actually going to go ahead and get that and this and that and that. How many more points do I have? Lots. Okay. So now I need some more strength. So let's figure out where I want to go for the strength. What's this? Damage with weapons penetrates 8% fire resistance. No, no thank you. Melee damage and splash area effect. Strike skills target 1. Oh, there's stuff I don't remember. Oh no. Okay. This looks like a nice area to be in. Yeah, and swords. Okay, so we're going to go like that. We've got all the stuff. We're going to apply this just for now because I just want to show you guys what this character looks like and what he has. So all of these skills all have requirements. You can see on the, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth line on the tooltip for Malevolence, where it says requires level 39, then 39 dexterity and 57 intellect. So as you level up skill gems, they get more powerful, they deal more damage, all of these kinds of things, and they also require more stats. So you have to try to keep up in your passives with the things that you have equipped. It makes a nice balance, a nice little balancing. Sometimes you're going to really want a passive that you see in there, but you also can't use a certain skill gem if you don't have enough, like, say, intellect or something. So you're going to have to get that intellect first, and then you're going to have to get the thing, the next the skill point that you really want next time around, next time you have an available thing. Kind of keeps you in check. It's a big old balancing act in between all of that. So we've got things like Lancing Steel. Let's look at it down here, actually. Ancestral Protector summons an Ancestor Totem, which grants enemies with melee strikes, which attacks enemies with melee strikes while you're near it. So I drop this right next to me while I'm fighting, and it fights with me. We've got Puncture, which is a really nasty little melee attack. And we've got Val Blade Vortex. Yet again, melee, melee. But then we've got a Summon Ice Golem, so that I can have a little homie there with me. So let's go out here real quick. I think this dude just finished the game, if I remember right. Probably not good that I'm out here without setting up all of my skill points, but I don't remember what I was doing exactly. So I don't want to waste all my points. Let's go ahead and get our Ice Golem. We've got Double Strike. Oh, buddy. Yeah, this is a harder difficulty. Taking a lot of damage with this guy. I think I recall that was the problem. That I needed more survivability. Should I be using something other than this Ice Golem? Probably. But it is kind of neat having a little homie out there. I definitely can't show you entirely what this character does, as I don't fully recall everything about him. So that was just to show you real quick a melee guy. There's other classes that I have, like my original character, Azernaut. This dude was insane. This was a guy who went through his passives. Yeah, see, all of his skills are gone because they've all been reset. So I need to reset up his entire thing. But this was a character that originally I was just exploring the game with, and I was exploring the passive system with it. So I went through and I was just building the things that I thought would be good. And he ended up being definitely one of my most powerful characters. He was a blend of, if you look at his weaponry, he's a blend of high tank. He could take tons and tons of damage. He could also deal lots of melee damage, and then he also had magic as well. So he was set up for, he's got decoy totems to keep people from attacking him. He curses people so that they take more damage from fire. Let's see what else. Infernal Blow, that's a melee-based fire damage spell. Sweep, that's just an attack that hits everyone around you, if memory serves. Dominating Blow, melee splash support. These kind of things. All of this. Molten Shell is a fire shield that goes around you and then explodes after it takes a certain amount of damage. Healing Totem. And then Firestorm. So he's he's like a tank mage, is pretty much what he is. He goes in, he gets in the front line, he does tons and tons of damage, both from magic and from just slapping people with this giant hammer. Lots and lots of fun. And like I said, this was just me going in and grabbing the things in the point tree that I thought would be good for a character. So he had a blend of both armor and life and mana giving passives, along with energy shield and uh, spell damage and elemental damage and things like that to increase his spells as well. Really fun class, just FYI. This is the Templar. Absolutely recommended if it's one of your first characters. Uh, because you can get a lot of tankiness, so you can take a lot of damage, and you can dish out a ton of damage. You just gotta. In the beginning, the game will seem kind of hard. Let's go ahead and go create standard. Let's just make one real quick of him. The difference between the classes is Templar is a strength and magic based class. This guy is a dexterity and intelligence based class, so he has spells along with his crazy dagger stuff that he does. This guy is a strength life. I don't I don't totally remember. It's like a barbarian, obviously. The Scion is a class that you unlock later unless something's changed. But she has the ability to go in any direction she wants. Then you have the Archer, who is self-explanatory, dexterity, intelligence base, or it's dexterity something. I don't remember totally. This guy is the duelist, who's a strength dex character. Dex, strength dex character. There we go. And then the witch, who is an intelligence-based character. But let's go ahead and let's just make
soul to
one of
serve
these guys.
God
Let's
and the
call him
Order of the Templar. For years you built a life upon faith, only to...
starting out the character. You're not going to have all of this stuff that I had when I was showing you that, but I'll also show you that playing through this on multiple different characters is for the best, because you get... I want to skip all the
Even
tutorials.
death gives no solace in this tortured land.
So we're going to equip the Glacial Hammer to this. This is what we got. Hits enemies, converting some of your physical damage to cold damage. If an enemy is frozen and is on less than 1/3 life, they will shatter when hit. It's a cold-based melee attack. This is another one of those games where it benefits a lot to go ahead and clear every single group that you can on a map before proceeding. So kill absolutely everything. I know I talked about that before on the other game I was playing. Here we're going to use our Scroll of Wisdom to 6% armor. 11, we use the Scroll of Wisdom to identify unidentified gear. You have to identify gear before you can equip it. So now we have a scepter and a shield. So I could absolutely run this character as like full tank, you know, not even run two-handers like I did on the other class. So like I could be a super tanky guy who is still almost entirely focused on elemental damage. It really is a fun class to play. We're going to put that elemental proliferation. Elemental ailments caused by supported skills spread to other enemies. So what that means is that if I slow someone with this ice spell, with this ice attack, it'll have a chance to spread to others. Don't run. Don't run from me, crab. Boom, boom. So yeah, if you guys want to see me play a character through on this game, absolutely let me know in the comment section. I will happily play through Path of Exile. don't know if I'll finish. If I'll actually, I could guarantee that I would easily finish the first difficulty level, but as for anything more than that, I can't. I can't guarantee that I can play this for that long. As I have, you could see from my character list, I have played Path of Exile a lot. And by the way, this is free. This was quite the stab at the modern Diablo franchise when it came out, because it was essentially everything that a Diablo 2 player would want in a game with more added. And it came out right around the same time as Diablo 3 did. Or before? I don't fully remember. It was near that. So you can see me zigzagging across the map here. That's because I'm focusing on trying to kill every single enemy on this map. Your potions down there in the bottom left, they refill from dealing damage to enemies and killing enemies and things like that. So you're not having to like stack hundreds of potions in this game, which admittedly I don't think was a very fun part of Diablo. It was an interesting mechanic, just but there were certain times where if you had enough potions, you could just slog through anything in the game within reason. This is similar, but you've got to... There's a little bit of balance, a balancing act that's going on. Because if you're having to use too many potions and it's much quicker than you're dealing damage and killing enemies, you're in a lot of trouble. Hitting Hillock. He's going to pull out a sword out of his gut, which is disgusting. But we got him frozen there for a second. We're going to pop another mana potion. And pop that, run away, let ourselves regenerate, finish him off.
It would seem my god has no need for my company just yet.
So here we are, we're at a base level, and I've just got my first point to put in. So what am I planning on doing? I come in here, I'm like, all right, well, I'm dealing okay amounts of damage right now. So let's go ahead and let's get some more life and mana regeneration. Why not? There's nothing wrong with going in any direction here. And if all else fails, you could get a passive skill reset. I believe you can buy them or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember. You do get skill point respec like per point basis from the game. So like you'll be able to undo a point here and there that you might have put into something that you didn't want. But the reason you would want to go ahead and play this on a bunch of different characters is you can see right now.
I know
go
you.
ahead and
Lion Eye's watch.
one of these
Take
people I
care.
think gives me
A tyrannical Templar.
There's an island.
something. Maybe it's from the next one.
Fine work with Hillock.
Nope. See, he's going to give me some skills. So what do I want? Smite performs a melee attack and causes lightning to strike a target location. Okay. Here's Frostbolt, a mainstay of caster classes all over the place. Rolling Magma. Each one of these kinds of choices that you make is going to heavily affect the way your character plays. So if, right now I could go for just being a caster. And I could go for something like Rolling Magma or Frostbolt or Lightning Tendrils. Or if I wanted to be more of a meleeer that mixes in the magic, I could go with one of these other selections that gives me, magical damage on top of or elemental damage on top of my base damage that I deal with my weapon, which is a good idea. Here we've got Purifying Flame. What do you do? Fire spell AoE. A wave of divine fire deals damage in a line, then creates consecrated ground and deals damage in an area around the target location. A larger shockwave then expands outwards, damaging enemies on consecrated ground that we're not already hit. Sure, let's do that. Why not?
Stay sharp out
Sounds
there.
interesting. Sounds like something I wouldn't have picked before. But this is the reason that you want to play through this game on multiple different characters. Obviously, if you're just starting out, you might as well just play one character. But if you start getting bored playing that character's play style, or if he's having a hard time getting through the content, start a new one. It's not a big deal. And you're going to end up with, like I showed you before, lists like these, where you have tons and tons. You have pretty much all the options in the game available to you. All these red ones are just because they're too high a level, or they have too high of requirements for me to use. All of your gems stay leveled up, so when you level up a specific gem, like see this is a level 1 gem, that's down on the 6th line right there, and I could use that. If I went and I found a bow, I could just start being a bow user on this character. It doesn't hold your hand. It's not holding your hand. It doesn't restrict you in any of these. But obviously, an early game using a bow and arrow on a Templar might not be the greatest idea, because he's not going to have any passives that are going to be benefiting that at all, per se. So keep that in mind. But then you come over here. This is a level 1 as well. However, no, it's not a level 1. It's just level 1 as it is. But this requires level 31 and 52 dexterity. So that's why these guys are red. Is because a lot of these have either been already leveled up, or they are much higher level gems. So that you can't really do that per se. I have a lot of green ones, and that's because one of my least favorite characters in this is the archer. Not because they're like horrendously bad. It's just because it's not as much fun to me as playing the other playstyles. So pretty self-explanatory. The only other thing that I would tell you about Path of Exile is the way the economy works. Now, I'm going to go over here to
Hello.
Nessa, and I'm going to sell these items that I have. I'm going to go ahead and identify. These are just random drops, random blue drops that I've gotten. Here's one yellow one. If I wanted to go two-hander, I could just equip this and start wailing on people with it. It's no problem. But there's no gold in this game. So you're not selling for gold, so there's no commodity type, thing. The only things that, people would want or something like that would be skill gems and, that kind of stuff. So when I sell this, she's going to give me a scroll fragment. That's a scroll fragment of a scroll of wisdom. So farming random drops is going to make you work towards, is definitely going to get you closer to, as you can see, I got alteration shards. The higher tier the weapon, the more of these types of rewards you'll get from selling them. So let's keep selling stuff. We want to go ahead. We want to try to get 5. Yeah, we will. So now that I've sold stuff that equivalates out to 5 scraps of a scroll of wisdom, I'm going to get a scroll of wisdom in return for this. We want to put that on there, on me. We're going to sell this though. This gives me spell damage, but it does let me block, actually. Let's keep that. No, we need to sell it to get the thing. Well, it's not a huge, early on decisions aren't going to be that crucial, to be honest. Yeah, let's sell it. Whatever.
Be well.
So I just got another scroll of wisdom. You're going to need a lot of those. So going out, what? Okay, whatever. Going out into these first zones, fighting random stuff and picking up all of the gear and coming back to base and selling it all is going to be something you're going to want to do to get a lot of scrolls of wisdom. Just FYI. The other thing that you get, like that blue stuff that I got right here, the alteration shards, these are going to come over here, and as they build up to their 20 count, as you can see, stack size 20, you're then going to get the Orb of Alteration, which is what happens when you get 20 alteration shards. These all do very specific things to different gear, weaponry, all that kind of stuff. Like here's a blacksmith whetstone, which would allow me to increase the quality of a weapon. Do I have any half stacks of those? I do. So I take this and I take my driftwood scepter. I right click and boom. And now I have a plus 5% quality on it. We do it again. As you can see, the damage of the weapon is going up because I'm increasing the quality of the weapon. That's what some of these are for. The other ones are for, reforge is a magic item with new random modifiers. Let's go ahead and take this. This isn't a magic weapon? No. What I can do is, I'm sure I have something that I can use on this. I don't want to use something that's super high. As you can see, I even have stacks of scrolls of wisdom. This is the beauty. Your stash is between all of the characters in this game mode. So if you're playing on a league system or hardcore, you're not going to have access to this. That's why you want to wait. Wait to do those other things until you've gone ahead and you better understand the game and you have more things available to you. So that when you go into things like hardcore or league and things like that, that it will go ahead and you'll be better at the game before you go in. You won't have all of this in those, but you'll know what all this stuff does. You'll know what to pick up, what to leave behind, or what to go sell and what to keep, etc. So is this? Can I use one of these? Well, first off, do I have a half stack anywhere? I don't think so. Oh, here it is. Orb of Chance. Okay, so we're going to go bring this over here. We're going to take an Orb of Chance and we're going to use it on my Superior Driftwood. Boom. Now I have a magical driftwood scepter. Let's say I didn't like this. Having the +6 to lightning resistance, not really that interesting. Well, I can go over here and grab the Orb of Alteration that I had. Use that. And now it does adds 1 to 4 damage to spells, fire damage to spells, and gives 1 mana gained on kill. That's much better than what I just had. So let's plonk this down here, and boom. This is just for representation. There's no real reason to do this early on in the game. Just look for better weapons, But I did want to just go ahead and show you how this works. So now you understand how the economy works in this game. You can also go and trade. See this, if I wanted to get a wand, that's going to cost me 1 scroll of wisdom. Almost everything can be upscaled to something else. But a lot of things, as you can see, like these amulets cost orbs of transmutation. So farming you can do in this game. You absolutely don't need to sit there and grind and grind and grind and grind. But you can, and it can definitely benefit you. So keep that in mind. Should you play Path of Exile?
Goodbye.
Absolutely. If you like these kinds of games, if you like isometric RPGs, in my opinion, this is absolutely one of the best to play. And it's free. So it's just, the story is really cool. It's a really dark and dreary, story about these people who've been exiled from their homeland for assorted reasons, and they come here and they're trying to deal with the fact that this is an incredibly hostile land. If you're one of those people who like to buy stuff, you can see right over here, this person, you can buy cosmetics in this game. This person obviously has some kind of weird ghost lady who follows him around. He's got wings. He, she, whatever it is. Yeah, it's fantastic. That is actually kind of cool. Wild. Got that crazy looking sword. There's so much to this game, and I totally recommend it. If you guys want to see some more Path of Exile, you want to see me go back there and play some of those higher level characters, maybe push through another difficulty, let me know in the comments section, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, everybody. I'm Azarelis. This was Path of Exile. I'm out of here.